Can you guys hear me now? Is this better? Are you guys able to hear me? Just let me know. It should be. Yeah, we're good? Yeah? Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, how far can we go up with oil right now? Um, I still think we have some room. I'm still looking at the bigger ones to keep going. I, as you guys know, I only do trending industries. So the only industry that's getting crushed right now is it has to be software or small or sometimes maybe retail. Now look at NOW right now. I think this keeps going down, to be honest. And you could get NOW service now back at like 84. Just to show you guys something on TV Pro that happened earlier, we're gonna search for NOW. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but oh, maybe it's the right hand of the screen anyway. But you're gonna see that NOW, if you look at sentiment, bear sentiment, all around 2 to 3 o'clock end of day, a lot of bear sentiment in the millions of dollars that just came in, which normally doesn't happen for a stock like ServiceNow. So we're like, why are all these software companies selling off right now, right? And if we want to look at some more unusual flow, you're gonna see, look at this. Oh, sorry, that's just all sentiment. But actually, let me try to redo this. Sorry. Okay, so end of day. Oracle is getting a big push. Micron bearish. Marvell. The biggest thing you could always do. Yeah, Oracle is getting some bullish flow right there. About $1 million worth end of day. If you want to see something interesting, you could always ask Ira on TV Pro and be like, what are the stocks that have the biggest bullish catalysts to buy going into tomorrow? And it's almost like she's like almost always right. So we'll see what she says. I can't believe I've reduced myself to asking my own AI, but here we are. So she's going to check all the flows, all the screeners that we have, and then she'll give you the strongest candidates. And then we'll go from there. We'll see. Lockheed Martin, Honeywell, Thermo Fisher. Okay. An A+ conviction on Lockheed Martin. Wow. There's a big earnings for Lockheed Martin too. Raytheon had really big earnings too. Yeah, I bet Lockheed Martin continues here. Military stocks were really down. I always like Shield, SHLD. That started to come up today. This is probably a good time to start buying it now. As a military ETF. Also, KTOS is a good level right here on the bottom to break this huge structure on the left. We have earnings on that coming up next week. What about Northrop Grumman? It had earnings, but it kind of like dipped and came back up. So none of these did that bad. Yeah, after earnings, right? But I think it'd be fine after earnings. I don't know. I still like the energy sector here. I think we continue to go end of week, that we just continue to trail up. Although, you know what I think is interesting? RDW is at 9. The leaps for January are only $200. You can get a long-term option call on Redwire for only $200. It means you have like 5 months for it to work. You just has to be above 9, and you'll make money. So, what about something like Bloom Energy? We're getting really caught at this area here. Oh, Apple, I want that to come down a little bit more to 318, and then we can play it up from here. So, IBM, Oracle, Poet. I mean, I think I don't know anymore if Trump's been saying every day we have a deal, so I have no idea anymore. Nobody does. It's just as advice on IBM, Oracle, or Poet. Okay, well, IBM is. I need to see some movement. It's really at the bottom, and we're still going down, so I'm not going to touch this until we go back up again. Oracle did get some late term buying today, but I'm still not going to touch this either. Anything that is. I mean, we're getting to some buying levels here, but still, until we start to turn around. I always look at the momentum oscillator on the bottom. If we're still struggling along the bottom, I'm just not going to buy it. Poet is interesting. Is more interesting. We've been sitting in this level for a while in this triangle. So either we're going to make a move or we're not. We're at the end of the triangle, actually, so we're about to find out. Poet actually has a really good level for 9, which is up here. Has GEX levels at 9. So it is possible. Thinking about going on the ground. What? Thinking about going on the ground would be the first. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Let's take a look at Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab looks a lot better today. The only thing I like about today was it was easy to play QQQ puts down today. Like, look at this. This was the first 15 minutes of the day. Let me take my everything off, right? We went below here, and then this candle, we basically went straight down. 3 candles down after the break. And then this level was a huge GEX level. We bounced right off of it, so I wasn't that surprised. This was an easy trade this morning that I got, but it wasn't much. Oh, troops on the ground. I don't know. I mean, they have 60 billion, an extra 45 to 60 billion to spend. I don't know how much war costs anymore. I remember the Iraq War, like 100 billion was like 2 years. Now it seems like 60 billion is only enough for like maybe 2 months, a billion a day maybe. Price of war has gone way up, so but that's what happens. I think when you have private military contractors, you could really charge whatever you want. I think that's why Anduril is going to do really well when that comes out. Let's check on Archer. They just got to deal with Anduril. It's possible. Yeah, it is really costly. But we'll see. We'll see. Tesla had a hell of a day, though. I mean, we're now down almost 15%. This hasn't happened since... Oh, I don't know. We need more drones. Yeah, right? More drones. Look at Tesla, though. This is crazy today. The last time we went down this much was during the Trump-Elon fight. Wow, we really took out this level right here. That's crazy. Let me put back the indicators. We're still dropping. We're still going down. It's kind of wild, right? We're still going down on Tesla. It's down almost 16% today after earnings, so Yeah, I do think the drone companies will do well though. I know everyone is still holding on to Ondas. I dollar cost average into UMAC, which is doing really well today at 8%. So if you look right, I always look at the underlying flow. Look at the underlying flow of UMAC. See, that's the underlying flow. So it wasn't a surprise when we hit here and bounced right off, especially with all this buying pressure right here. There was no way. So I do think that was not bad for UMAC. Um, HIMS is actually up 3% today. It did all right. XLE is now coming back down a little bit. I'm gonna hold. I sold one of my contracts. I have two more, but I don't know. It is a little overbought at this point. This was the day to get it 2 days ago, the 21st. Oh my god. That's the perfect breakout candle that you can ever draw. Perfect second stage doji candle, and then today was your third extension. That's exactly perfect. Now, can it still go? Yeah, but just, might have some issues. Yeah, Intel, I don't even know if I want to watch the earnings. I have it both ways now. So I have a put for next Monday, and I have an August 21st call, and I'm up. I'm down 20% on the call, and I'm up 20% on the put right now. So we'll see. This was not a good bounce right here. This is a dead cat bounce. So we're going to say this is not a good day. But you never know. I mean, with earnings, anything is possible. Anything is, especially Intel. I mean, Intel, I don't think is the same as any of the other stocks. Like they've really started to outperform. This is the first time it's gone sideways in a while. So we'll see. I'm just gonna go into it. Whatever happens, happens. I've done all I can at this point. Um, my main thing was to have it swing back up, and if necessary, hold it through earnings, and that's what's happening now. I'm gonna hold it. But I still have that put in place just in case, so I don't get too concerned. The Nancy Pelosi playbook, yeah, no, you guys know it. Um, you gotta believe in the Nance. Speaking of the Nance, you should see NANC. So here's my thing: Nancy Pelosi, Unusual Whales have their own ETF called Nance. Right? I'm saying, why doesn't Trader Daddy have an ETF called DADY? And then what I would do is, I would go to the community and I would say, all right, what do we want to put in our DADY ETF? And it would be an ETF of the people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It would be called DADY, and I would just have people vote. And so whatever the community wants in that ETF, well, we're going to put it there. It'll just be one company. Two companies. Rocket Lab and APLD, and that's it. And we'll just call it that. And we'll just see what happens. And maybe a little cipher. Just for good measure. No. That would be really funny. But yeah, I don't understand. I mean, anybody can make an ETF, I guess. If you have, I mean, this is the first time actually Nancy Pelosi's stocks are not going up. It dropped down today because a lot of them are in the bigger sector. If you actually look at the Mag 7 today, they were, the Mag 7 stocks, Mags, they all dropped big today. Down 5% today, the Mag 7. But pretty soon we're going to have Mangoes, Meta, Apple or Anthropic, NVIDIA, Google, OpenAI, and SpaceX. So, how do you feel about SpaceX? Oh, what's up, Chris? What are you doing? Chris was one of my students from a long time ago, a few years ago. Um, we're holding 112. I still think anything between 110 and 120 is a great buy level. And then anything under 100 to start buying aggressively. And then just buying little bits of it. Don't drop any big amount on this at all. Just little bits of it for the next year, and then you'll be locked in at the first year's fair value of SpaceX, which you can own for the rest of your life. Try to get 100 shares of SpaceX in the next year. It's not that difficult. You could just keep dropping $50 on this like every week, and you'll get there. You'll get 100 shares, and then you can own that for forever. So, Google, I do think Google calls have to be talked about because if not, then what are we doing? But I do want to see if it goes a tad bit lower. I do think 310 would be a good buying level. You always look at the last level over here, and then you draw out a line. So it looks like this. See this line? So that's going to be 310. You could also take a look at TraderDaddy Pro, go to ticker search, go to Google. And from here, we're going to see what? Okay, next level is 310, yeah, so we don't have a level lower than that. Unless 300 is all the way down here. So 310 is not bad. I would say 310 for Google. That would make it down 22%. That's pretty good. I mean, how much do they cost right now for an option? Let's say you get a September Google. They're not at that much right now. A $350 for September is only $600. So if Google goes up maybe 10%, you'll make $1,300 if it takes 1 month for that to happen. That'd be $900 in profit. That's not bad. The September 400s. Let me take a look. If it goes up 10%, you would still make $120. 10%. Yeah, I mean, it's only $113 for a Google call for September. It's almost worth it. Maybe even October or November might be good too. Let's take a look at the TraderDaddy liquidity map, and we'll see which ones people like right now. Look at the bubbles, right? So, and you could do what? This is all August. This is all September. September's pretty popular. So is October. Here's December. January obviously is popular, but yeah, September is popular. This 270s. Wait. Is this Google? No, it's NVIDIA. That's why I was thrown off. This is Google. So September is quite popular. August is really popular. Those are puts. This is calls. The 350s for 600 is what I was talking about. They're really popular. 1,800 volume today. We have 7,200 open interest for a Google on the way down. These people know something right here. This bright green circle. I'm telling you that right now. So, you make it, I would say you could make easily from those. It'd be $600. You could risk 300 of it. And then in profit, you could make, if it goes up literally 10%, like $1,200, which isn't bad. $1,200 in profit is not bad at all. That's not nothing, you know. Especially with Google so far down. I mean, it always comes back. Show me a time where Google did not come back in a reasonable amount of time. Maybe 2022. Even last year, it took about a month before coming back. but it always comes back at least 15% to the upside after a dip, like very quickly, and then it just runs very quickly after that. Like from here to here, that's 35%. From here, that's 50%. And all I'm asking is for 10%. 10% would be from here up, back up to here. That's perfect. Back up to this area, 340 something. So now we're just playing it between these levels. So, yeah, FSL I'm not really looking at anymore, to be honest. It's getting to a point. We have 5 more minutes, though. I'm going to see how the market's going to end. Let's take a look. Just another... This is a really low level. It's probably going to be a great buying level. If we hold here, we're holding nicely right now. I think this is going to be a good level. Watch QQQ start to come up now from this low level. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Just wanted to get on here for a little bit. If you have any questions, you guys can always reach out to me. And I'll try to get on to tomorrow. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.